Hello and welcome to a video from filmsbychris.com. That's Chris with a K. I'm Chris with a K. And today we're going to be doing something a little different. I'm going to do everything one shot, hopefully no edits, and hopefully under 12 minutes, because as long as this camera records for in clips. We are going to be working with the Cinnado D1. It is a very cheap Wi-Fi camera that I have bought 3 of before. I just bought 2 more on Prime Day for $10 each, and I like the price of these. They're easy to get installed. The Thingino. Thingino, if you've been watching my videos, is a free and open source firmware replacement for cameras like this, so you can get your own version of Linux on there and modify it to your heart's content without having to worry about any spyware on there. And my goal here is to go through the entire process uncut so you can see from beginning to end how it's done. So let's go ahead, move right in. I'm going to have the camera on a tripod, but I'm going to be moving around a bit, and I'm also just using the audio right off the camera because that's the easiest thing to do right now. Let's go ahead and come over here. Again, I already have 3 of these cameras, but I just bought 2 more. Here they are here. Let's go ahead and make sure that we're focused. Turn the autofocus off and something like that. There we go. So let's go ahead and pop one of these open. Now they come with a USB cable that I believe is just power, so you're not going to get any data across that. It is powered through USB-C, some mounting brackets, but the main camera is what we're looking at right here today. Here it is. Now, once you get one of these cameras, there are going to be 2 types of processors that might be inside, and you can't tell from the outside, so you have to open it up. No tools necessary. You just grab the corner here. You can see a seam right here. We're going to pop this open. You just pull right like that, and it comes apart. You're going to look in the back here. There may be a piece of foam over the chips. Just pull that off, and it's a little hard to read, but there's the processor is the big chip right there, and it's going to say one of 2 numbers. It's going to say T31 or T23. This one here says T23. Once you know that, you can clip the top back on. Just put it on there and give it a little push, and it should snap all back into place. No tools necessary. There you go. Now, there's an SD card slot here. We need to prepare an SD card, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to come over here to my desk. I have an SD card here. We're going to go ahead and put that in, but first we want to make sure we know what device this SD card is, okay? So, coming over to my terminal here, focus in on that. Simplest way to do this is I am going to list devices, SD asterisk. We'll see what is there. Right now you can see SDA and SDD. I will insert this chip into my card reader. There we go. We'll give it one moment. There's lots of ways you can do this, but this is the simplest. I'll run that command again. We'll see some other devices come up here. We can see SDC has a partition. That is the one we want. We want to make sure it's mounted as FAT32. So we are just going to say sudo, and then we're going to say mksf.fat and give it that device. And again, your device may be different. Do that. I'll type in my super secret password. Give it a moment, and now it should be formatted as FAT32. We can confirm that by mounting it. Simply, we can go over to our file manager here. You can see it showed up as a 30, it's 32 gigs, it says 31 gigs here. I will click on that, and then back in our terminal over here, we'll just run the mount command. And again, there's lots of different ways to look this up, but you will see right down here it says SDC, and we can over here see that it says VFAT right there. So we are good to go. Now we just need to get the firmware. We will go to the Thingino website. Whoops. Thingino.com, and find the camera we're looking for. Right here is the Cinnado D1. And again, you have 2 options depending on the processor type. Ours is the T23, so we will select that. And it will want to download it. We'll just download it directly to our SD card. And now that it's on our SD card, we just need to rename it. So it will have a big long name, but we will just say F2, and we want to rename it. Sorry, again, told you I was going to be moving the camera around a lot. v4_all.bin. Now we just put this file in the camera. So I will safely remove, because that's how I roll. I will pull the SD card out right there. And let's go put it in the camera. Or actually, I'll bring the camera over here. I will stick it in the camera. Again, it's right down here. You put it in at kind of an angle. It's a little weird at first. And we'll stick that in there. And now we just need to plug it in and give it power. I'll just grab a USB-C cable I have here. I will plug it in to the back there. And now we just wait. At this point, we will get out our phone or any device with Wi-Fi. And we will wait a moment. And we should see a Thingino Wi-Fi access point. Should not take very long. Is this thing getting power? Not getting any LED on the back here lighting up. Oh, there, now there's an LED. Maybe I didn't have it pushed in all the way. We'll give it a moment. Again, oh, you can hear the clicking of it booting up. Now it's going. And in a moment on my phone, we should see something that says Thingino. Refresh the Wi-Fi. There we go. I got a Thingino and it's got a random number. You can't really see that. Let's see. There we go. So we just select that, connect to it, and then if it doesn't bring you to a captive portal, which it does, mine says, you know, click here to sign in, you will get, once it loads, a little setup screen where you can set the name of your device, put in your Wi-Fi credentials for your home Wi-Fi so it can connect to it, and reboot, and then you can start playing around with it. And I've done lots of videos on that so far. You can watch some of those. And let's see, we're at 7.5 minutes about. Okay. So that's it. You know, a few pause points there while I was trying to, you know, wait for it, and I must have plugged it in once without the power going. But that's it. If you want to get one of these devices, or one of the many devices that Thingino supports, that's the process, at least for this camera. Some cameras, you do need tools open. There is lots of videos out there, big community around it, showing you how to do everything. The Cinnado D1s, again, are pretty cheap, although they do have cheaper cameras that they support, from what I hear, that are only like $4. But I've been very happy with this. I've always gotten it for $9.99, shipped to my house from Amazon in a day or two, and I think they work great. You know, some people complain about the quality. I think the quality is good enough for my uses. It's cheap enough, and again, it's a full Linux system on there, and if you understand the basics of using the Linux shell, you can do pretty much anything you'd like on there, and you have your SD card for storage. I do thank you for watching. As always, please visit filmsbychris.com. That's Chris the K. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have a great day.